Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series 8606 Grimlock, in the leader class. Yes, you can see him right there in his dinosaur mode, his T-Rex mode. And we'll put that off to the side for now because we're going to look at this box real quick. Because, yep, once again, in the Studio Series box, you see Transformers, the Transformers movies, 86, Grimlock, and Autobot Wheelie, because that's the other part of it. Generations, and the nice artwork there. And Takara Tomy on top, you got the little cutout and the logo because, yep, make the figure look nicer in the box. You got the artwork on whatnot on this side, leader class. And this, you got more artwork in the 86 cutout and the authentic. On the bottom, you got copyrights and whatnot. On the back, you of course have product shots and whatnot of the character. And Grimlock and the Dinobots storm the Quintesson courtroom. And also it includes a little backdrop and the warnings and all that stuff in the as well. Grimlock also includes his instructions, which, you know, they're all pretty simple because it's Grimlock. Grimlock tends to not be very complicated. So, Grimlock. As you can see, he is a dinosaur T-Rex, a older idea of what a T-Rex is. You can see, yes, he is mostly silver, some gold and red and whatnot, some green, blue as well in the back on the tail. Got a big old tail with a little... got little golden claws, which you can picked out a nice, well, kind of metallic gold color. Yeah, it's kind of a metallic gold. It's actually, it's not really metallic. It's kind of got a particular finish, so it's kind of hard to explain. But yeah, it's not really glossy, but it's not really matte either. So there's that. But yeah, he's got he's also got a little Autobot symbol right there. Yeah, he's got his head, blue eyes, all that stuff. You know, it looks like Grimlock. For the pretty much looks like Grimlock. And it's a nice little dinosaur, all things considered. He's got a couple points of articulation. Of course, his mouth can open and close. Oop. Could also accidentally undo that. But yeah, his mouth can open and close. There's a little tiny thing in there, I'm guessing representing a little flamethrower. His head can look up and down, like that much. His head can swivel all the way around. His arms, on somewhat limited ball joints here, at least I think ball joints, but yeah, they can go out a little bit. You can do a full rotation though, if you want. There's a hinge here at the elbow. That's pretty much a lot for articulation there. Hips, you can see click forward and back, all the way around. You can go outward that far. There's a swivel there. There's a knee there. And the toes and heels can all move as well, if you need that. Another thing is, if you're standing him up, I've noticed you have to kind of make sure to plant the toes and heels all the way down, or else he has a tendency to fall backwards. He also has his gun accessory, which in this mode can store. There's little slots back here, and there's little tabs on, you can see that on this side of the gun. And you just line them up and don't drop it. Line them up and tab the gun in. That holds pretty secure, so yeah, you can store that on the back right there. He also comes with a little Wheelie, which who can ride him, by the way. Yeah, little Wheelie here is a non-transforming figure, and also very limited posability in very weird ways figure. He also comes with a little tiny slingshot. You can remove that from his hand if you want, and yeah, or put it back in. His articulation is, yeah, pretty simple. He's got a swiveling head. Actually, I think it's a ball jointed head actually, but kind of limited due to the shape. His arms are on ball joints, so they got that. But he has no elbows whatsoever, and he has hips, ball jointed hips, and a swiveling waist, but no knees. It's one of those. If they'd only just splurged for a little more articulation, this would be a great figure. But I mean, you can kind of get him into a, you know, particular pose of, you know, he's getting ready to shoot some Sharkticons. Yeah, you can just kind of, you have to weirdly hook him onto the back. It's kind of a weird process. Like these little notches here on the inside of his legs, and you kind of have to hook him around these little tabs or whatever. It's kind of a weird process. Actually, these little, that's what it was. These little notches right here, right below the knee. Kind of have to hook them in between those two tabs, and then it kind of holds. Again, it's kind of a weird thing. I'm not sure how well it works. But yeah, he kind of ride it, and it's not... It's actually pretty secure, all things considered. I was genuinely surprised. Go ahead and take him off and take that off. And just to really quick compare this Grimlock to the previous mainline release of Grimlock, here's the Power of the Primes Grimlock, and yeah, there's a bit of a size difference and style difference and all that stuff. You can see quite a bit changed. So, yeah. I was kind of alright with this Grimlock, but yeah, his flaws really become more apparent when you have this Grimlock right next to him. Anyway, transformation. To get this guy into robot mode is actually, well, it's Grimlock, so it's really, really simple. First thing is you go ahead and straighten that out and lift the head up and just get it out of the way, which gives you room to go ahead and split the chest apart, which you got to split this apart and kind of lift up. And kind of lift, yeah, split it apart and lift it up like that. Take the robot head and pull it out and about right here. Click that into place. And then you need to go ahead and what you want to do is take the knees and lock those into place. And bring it up. Bring up the chest piece. And this will, there's little latches and stuff right here for the chest to go into. Just latch that in. You got pretty much the top half mostly done. Then back here, what you want to do is, well, take the legs here, or take this tail and kind of split it. And also open these panels up right here. Like that. Take those panels and then take the tail tips and fold them in. Like so. Fold those in. And then you want to go ahead and start unfurling the legs from the back. And as you're doing so, take this part and you slide it over. See that? It slides over, and then this comes up and locks into place up here. It's not a super secure locking, but it's there. Straighten the leg out. Same thing on this side. Slide it over. Slide it over, and then bring it up and lock into place, and then straighten it out. Back here, you want to go ahead and then just collapse this up against the back of the leg. Like that. And then you unfold the feet. And that kind of, this little thing kind of notches into the foot as well, which helps hold this into place. Do the same thing on this foot. Bring that up. Get him standing. You take the dinosaur head and there's a little tab that goes in this little notch right there. You can then adjust the hands. They kind of come down and however you really want to have them. Bring the wings back and again, however you really want to have them. You can unlock the elbows right there. They can unlock right there. Just right there. See that? And you can flip the fist around. Do that. And then you pretty much have Grimlock. In his robot mode, you can do whatever you want with the heels and toes of the dinosaurs. Well, I like to flip up the heels a little bit. Even if it's technically not correct. Yeah, Grimlock here. Yeah, again, really nice representation of Grimlock as a character. You can see that, you know, he's got the gold, he's got the little Autobot symbol underneath the translucent plastic here. And again, the blue and red, green showing up on the legs. He's got his, well, totally acceptable backpack just because it's legacy, I guess. So this backpack is totally acceptable, even though other backpacks aren't. This one, he's got the blue visor, and because again, this is screen accuracy for the most part. This is one of those weird things where they took a couple liberties for reasons unknown, other than, well, again, these were not intended to be studio series initially. Yeah, it's he's also got his red underpants. Yeah, you can see that. He's also got a lot of tech detailing stuff throughout. And yeah, this is the translucent. In some of the early pictures, this was like, yeah, some of the early pictures, this was more translucent, and now it's got kind of a smoky tint to it. So that's got some people upset because it doesn't match the movie, and some people really don't like how it looks. So that's kind of a thing. But of course, he can hold his gun. There's a little peg, which just goes into his fist. It's a 5mm peg. Pretty simple. Fortunately, he does not have his sword. I don't think I can't remember if he ever had a sword in the movie. He was only in the robot mode for like a couple seconds in the movie. So there's that. Yeah, you can hold the gun. These little, I guess it was a, yeah, I think it was supposed to be a rocket launcher, but winds up just being a blaster. And it does have a little blast effect ports on the end too as well. So if you want to use that, that's a thing. So you can use that. And Wheelie here as well can also be used. There's little peg holes right here at the top of the shoulders, and he can just, there's a little peg on the bottom of his leg, and you can just, peg him on. Boom. And now he's hanging out with his buddy, for better or for worse. Yeah, Wheelie. Yeah, so that's a thing. One other thing I forgot to mention real quick, which is weapon storage. If you don't want him holding it, this can actually clip on his back. There's a little notch here. You see that? And this gun, that clips over his arm, his dinosaur arm, like that. You can clip to either one, and there you go. It's stored away, and he's falling over. But yeah, it's stores away, and that's the thing you can do. Articulation-wise, his head on the ball joints, left, right, up, down. A little limited up and down, but he's got a bit there. Again, same articulation here on the arms and stuff as they were with dinosaur legs. So you got the ratcheting forward and back. You got outward, bicep swivel. You got elbow bend, which is a little more than 90 degrees. Wrists do swivel. That's a thing, which is nice. He's got a waist swivel. Unhindered, which is nice too. Hips can go forward. There's a very soft ratchet there. Outward, full splits. Got a thigh swivel. Knees, ratcheted knees. About 90 degrees there. Give or take a couple degrees. And his feet, ankle tilts. Pretty extreme ankle tilts, actually. And his heel can do that. If you need that for any sort of support for poses, his heel can do that. Plus, he's got some ports on the bottom of his feet as well if you need those for anything. So, yep. That's Grimlock's robot mode. For the sake of comparison, here he is with Earthrise Optimus. Again, I think that's more or less the correct scale. Grimlock is significantly taller than Optimus in most media. And because you spent a lot of time with these two guys, here he is with Cup and Hot Rod. Noticeably shorter. Noticeably shorter. And finally, here he is the Power of the Primes iteration, which, yep, noticeably taller and more correct, I guess. Again, this was, at the time, I felt like this was alright, but I thought this was fine at the time, but yeah, it's kind of, its flaws become much more apparent when you put him next to this guy. So it's like, yeah, this is an easy skip now, and probably going to be a lot of them flooding eBay and stuff because people are going to be trying to get rid of him. Well, because of those, the weird Takara re-release, yeah. And of course, there's also the backdrop, which is, yeah, the Sharkticon pit on Quintessa. And of course, well, he's in the dinosaur mode here, but whatever. He's kind of big. Actually, in dinosaur mode, I don't think he could fit on the backdrop, so that's a bit of a shame. Not really. Yeah, you can see that. You can see the 8606, although the glare. There you go. You can see the 8606 there, and the Transformers 86 on that side. And yep. I don't think it can be very useful. It's very useful for Grimlock, but yeah, it exists. There you go. That's the backdrop. But anyway, Grimlock here. He is the first leader class from Studio Series 86, and quite frankly, he is great. I really like him. Definitely worth it. He's got a really smooth, very familiar transformation. It's, again, that kind of that weird mini masterpiece thing. He's got it's Grimlock, so of course it's really simple. I heard a couple reports of like breakages or something. I can't remember what they were, but I just remember hearing some people say they broke something on theirs broke, and I don't remember what it was specifically, or stressed out or anything. Mine's been solid, all things all for the most part. I have not had any real issues. The only thing is sometimes he gets weird about standing in dinosaur mode. His dinosaur mode sometimes is a little tipsy if you don't get the heels and feet positioned exactly right. So that's something to watch out for. The Wheelie accessory is it really comes short. If this was fully had full ball jointed like elbows and knees and everything, this would be a great little figure. But as it stands, because of this stupid nonsense, it's really unfortunate that they did that. And I honestly kind of agree with a lot of people, which is rather than Wheelie, I would have preferred a sword. I would definitely just prefer the sword over just getting a wheelie if this was going to be how it turned out. But yeah, I honestly still can't complain. He's, you know, $50 or so, yeah, about $50. So for a leader class Grimlock, which looks good and is in scale with all your current War for Cybertron guys, I guess. And of course, yes, you've probably seen the leaks. Slag is coming. Apparently, all the Dinobots are coming in the new scale, so that's great. Most of them going to be leader class, except for Swoop's going to be Voyager. Yeah, I think he's worth it for sure. Unless you just don't really care about Grimlock, which, yeah, okay, that's fine, I guess. But yeah, definitely pick this guy up if you can. He's been showing up in stores recently. I think because he's popular though, he's kind of hard to get. So good luck. Definitely worth the $50 though. He's fun. He's fun because, well, he's a big robot dinosaur. Of course he's fun. So that's it for this guy. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Hope you check out my Twitter at Nemesis Prime 1. I'm also check out on Patreon and Coffee. And I shall see you next time with another video review.